Hi, this is Dorothy Kilty from Raccoon Alley Creations on YouTube. And what I'm doing today is doing the week 2 challenge papers from Line Dot Arrow using the hashtag Purple Jam Summer freebies and part of the Purple Jam Summer Edition kit, okay? And what I'm going to do is use some of these papers, and as you can see, I've got kit papers and all kinds of papers here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a accordion pocket page, and I'm going to put envelopes on each side. So I have already inked didn't ink this side of this envelope. I've already inked a couple envelopes, and then I took some book pages I have layered over here, and I measured them to be right about the size of the inside of this page. I think I am going to just cut this rough edge off here, make it nice and straight. So I'll do that on all the pages. So this is Anne of Green Gables pages, and I used it when I made the Anne of Green Gables journal a couple months ago, I think, for a challenge. Okay, so here we have them, and I'm putting them with the side. When you fold paper over, one side goes up and the other one goes down. So I'm just lining them up in here. The first thing I'm going to do is glue each of these pages together to make a little envelope. Okay, so just run some glue down each side. Now, I thought about what I'm doing, but I haven't picked up the papers or decided for sure exactly what I'm going to do on the front of this pocket. I also want to say that, you know, you could use these a couple of ways. This would be great for sending Happy Mail to someone if you wanted to just put some Happy Mail inside the envelope and divide them up a little bit. That would be fun. And here we go. You're not really going to see any of these pages. So once we put them together, let me get this put together. Okay. Sorry about ducking out there. I do want to put a little notch in the front of these. Now, I'm not measuring, I'm eyeballing this. Sometimes what I like to do with something like this is put like 3 of them in different places, okay? And then sometimes I do like I'm doing now, where I just eyeball it and put them all in the middle, okay? Now we will ink this. Did I cut crooked? Did I glue crooked? Did I fold crooked? No telling. But that page is uneven. So what I'm going to do is look at these, and yes, I want to trim that off a little bit. Should have done it before I inked, shouldn't I? Okay. Okay, now the way you make accordion pockets is you're going to glue it one line down here and then a line across the bottom. So one line right in the middle and then one across the bottom. Okay. Then this will glue on like this, and then once again one line down the middle and one across the bottom like this. Okay, and there we have it. Now, because we're using envelopes, there's going to be another pocket in the front and in the back of this. This one can be glued down, and you could open the top if you wanted to, if you're going to glue this onto the page. Right now I'm going to leave it because it could be a floating pocket. This could also fold over this way and kind of be a cover for the whole thing. So now we have our accordion pocket, and hopefully I've let the glue dry enough so you can see it pulls out. Whoops. Like that, so it's obviously not dry. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to glue around 3 sides here. And I think I'm going to go ahead, no matter what I said, and put this around here. Now I'm gluing it on 3 sides so that I don't have to worry about gluing this together, okay? So there we have that. And then this one can also go on 3 sides, like this. So I'm going to put the glue around here like this. Now I probably could have put the glue I'm going to do it this way. Okay, I probably could have put the glue just like in the center from this high and across the bottom and made these a little bit of an accordion pocket too, but I'm not doing that. So there we go, we have the pockets. Okay, so now we just need to decorate this. Now one thing that happens, you can do a lot of things on this. You can do a little collage. I could use some of the papers, the collage papers on this. You can put more pockets in the front. That's monthly collage. Ooh, this is the freebie. This is the monthly collage papers. Well, I'm totally confused which papers are which, so I will just use whatever I want, okay? Let me go down here. And we have these gorgeous pages, and I have this on both sides, but when you're gluing something on like this to make a background, you can glue it all the way up to the top, but then if you do that, you have to be very careful that you're not going to be gluing it together. So I'm just making a fold there, and then a fold here, okay? So that's gonna be my background, and I'll show you in just a second how I am then going to cover that. So I wanna go here, make sure that's straight there. Let's see, there we go. Okay, and then this will go here. I think the fold is right there. I may be cutting this too big, in which case I'll just trim it. No problem, okay? Okay, so now I have this for the background, and I am going to just curve this. So I'm folding this together and starting this kind of, but I don't want to fold there, so I'll just wait and then kind of join these. Okay, so what this means is that we have a little bit of a curve there so that people can see this is the pocket. Now the way I'm going to secure this, I think I like this side better, okay, is the first thing I'm going to do is run glue along this edge of the pocket like this, okay? And then down the sides and the bottom like this, and then just put a little squiggly in to hold it in place. So, okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to start at the bottom here and line it up right up there, okay? Then we have this that we're going to want to also decorate. And one of these tags, this one I think will be just perfect for this. Okay, so you can see, now I love this edge of this envelope. It's kind of a vintagey envelope, and it's got this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, frayed edge on the paper, okay? So what I want to do is I want that to show. So this is going to go here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off right across here, okay? And then this will get folded over like that. Okay, I have a little bit of room in there to fold it. Please tell me I'm folding this straight. Okay, I'm going to trim the edges of this a tiny bit in like this because I want to make I want to tuck it in here, right in there. Okay, I need to bring it in a little more because I have that other envelope going in there. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Okay, so you see what I'm doing here. I have the envelope that I made as part of the accordion. So I want this to go in there like that. Okay? I'm gonna sorry, I don't want it to go actually inside that envelope. I just want it to go inside where it's glued down. Okay, let's come up a little bit. Okay, go back around here. This is gonna go inside here to where the fold is. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to stick some glue in here along this edge. Okay, now let's slide it in where it needs to go and put it across there. There, that looks pretty, I think. Now we'll glue this down, this flap down. Okay, now this lace, at least some of this lace, comes from Two Sister Jam, okay? And I believe it was part of the kit. I am going to take this dark blue. Let's take a look at this and see. think we'll go over here. Let me cut that off. Okay. So this will go down here. This is the way I store my ribbon. This is cut to fit inside a box with a lid, this size of the cardboard. And then I wrap ribbon around it, and it just stacks up in the box, so it's kind of perfect, I think. Let's take this ribbon and put it right along here. Okay. Okay. This is the collage challenge. I don't know what this is. This is part of the second week challenge. Okay, good, I figured it out. Now, I have this little place right up here where, you know, part of the top of the pocket where the lace would go is there, and I want to cover that up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out and clean up after what I did yesterday, so I know everything's right here. Okay, I'm going to cut out this little flower here. I'm a sort of good fussy cutter. I do now know that you hold your scissors still and you kind of turn the flower around. One of the nice things about things of nature, flowers or leaves or even animals and butterflies, is that their edges are not perfectly symmetrical, so you don't have to worry about getting things exactly right. Okay, so here's a little square. So this one, I'm going to just go, so it's not a really good stamp edge like it would be if I got out some of my fancy scissors or something. But it's kind of a rough edge, and it kind of gives the idea of the whole thing. Okay, now I'm going to put this at a slant like this, and then put the flower over it. There we go. So let's see. I'm just going to put glue kind of in the center of this. It doesn't have to be like completely, you know, turned at a 45-degree angle so that it looks all perfection. I'm not worried about that. I just want it to be a little bit asymmetrical and make kind of an asymmetrical design. Okay, now, let's see. What do we have? Got those. Okay, let's start with this tag right here. And I'm going to put this tag sideways so that it's kind of a pocket rather than just being just a tag, okay? Now, if I'm going to be shipping this at Happy Mail, it's going to go into an envelope, but I'm not necessarily going to want the tab sticking out the side like this, okay? So I'm going to put it over here on this side like this. Let's go ahead and ink this. going to poke a hole right here. Okay? Let's take some of that same ribbon. Cut it off like that. Okay? And we'll put this through. Now, because, I mean, I'm putting this through like a tag, but because I'm going to be gluing it down, I don't have to worry about the fact that this is paper, not cardstock. So it's going to be supported here. Okay? So we're going to do like that, and then we're going to glue it around here and around here so it becomes a pocket this way. Okay? So here we go. Okay, I'm going to move it up just a tiny bit from the bottom because I want to take, tear this one out. Let's make it a little bit of a straight tear. Kind of a controlled tear right now because I don't want to tear up the other parts of this. Okay, and now I'm just going to roughly tear this out. This is just going to be part of the design on the pocket, okay? And I'm going to take a little bit of this vintage paper. Let me see how big it is. See how that looks. Right, so I'm actually going over the bottom of this to some degree, so the pocket is only going to go to here, but my design is going to go down a little bit lower. I'm using Fabri-Tac. It's just, if I have it here, it's easier to use it for everything, but you could just use a glue stick. I have Yoo-Hoo and Creative and Scotch Create glue sticks that are really good. Okay. Let's put this here like this. Okay. And then let's put another one of these flowers. I forgot to set my alarm to stop me from going too long today. I'm cutting inside the line this time instead of being as sloppy as I was last time. I'm pretty much healed from my fall last month. I'm happy to say there's 2 little bruised spots on my faces yet, but my energy is back and things are good that way. So I'm happy about that. We didn't go to California like I was hoping to do for the simple reason that they have a lot of fires there. And I am already gruff. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I think from the fires here. So now this could be sealed off, like I said, and this could be glued down to a page. You could even cut this off or glue it in and have glue this down and have it be, oh, you know what would be fun? That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So I am planning that this will be glued down to a page. Okay, that's my plan right now. So the back of this will be set up to be glued down to a page. I've got this right here, and I'm just gonna take some more of this ribbon. And I'll glue it down here. So I'm also going to glue down, this flap here. So the back pocket will stand up a little bit this way, okay? See how that works? Okay, and I'm going to put the ribbon right across the top here. Okay, now if you took that, say this was my page, okay? This could go this way, and it could even be set up so that it sticks out a little bit here on this side, and then so it makes like a tab for it, or it's actually a little bit big to go this way. I didn't quite realize that, so I would say inside the cover might be better for this. You could always trim it a little bit to make it fit, but this can go, like I say, for happy mail things too. Now I've got this going this ribbon right across here, but I think I want to balance this flower here with another flower over here. So let me think what I want to use. Flower? Is that what I want to use? Let's see. I think what we'll do, you know, sometimes I cut things off in strips to make it easier to get at, but I also very often like to leave things connected as much as I can. And because if I cut all these apart and didn't store them together properly, I would forget that they're line dot arrows second week challenge papers. And but if I just cut things out as much as I can and leave things together, then I remember which papers they came from. A lot of times I'll say, you know, in these challenges that I use pages from the kit, but frankly, I'll have cut them apart and I won't remember. Hopefully I'll have the kit together in a Ziploc bag, which is what I do to store them. But I won't remember for sure which things are. They might be all things that came through in July. Now, because this goes down here, this can, you know, kind of, it doesn't have to just be at this. It can stick down a little bit into the inside of the envelope. So let me just put some glue on here. And I'm going to put this like this, and then my flower. I'll put some glue on my flower, like this, and here we go. So now it kind of, I think, balances it a little bit, okay? This here, they're not the same, they're not identical. So there we have our accordion pocket. You could add lots more stuff. A lot of times I like to punch a hole and make a dangly hanging from this. That's fun. But it can go just like this too. So Natalie, thank you for the gorgeous papers and for the challenge. And, oh, I need something to go in here. Whoops. Let's see. I want something. Okay, we're going to cut this one out. Let's see. I think that, so one of the things that you find when you're gluing things together, that when it dries, the combination of the glue and the second pieces of paper makes it a whole lot stronger. A lot of times I will go through, and anything that I want to cut out separately, I will print onto cardstock, so it's ready to go. But I have run out of cardstock, except for cardstock that has folds in it for one thing or another. So, not too good on around the corners. There we go. So now this sticks in here, and it's a little bit too tall. Okay, so this becomes a teeny tiny pocket on the back of this just by folding it up. Could just cut it across. Okay, and then once more, let's take a little bit of this ribbon. So the same ribbon on all of them, so it all matches. Put this through. Take my stapler and glue it together. And staple it together to hold it in place, and there it goes. So now you could put all kinds of fun things in these envelopes as Happy Mail, or it could go for a journal. So thank you very much, Natalie, for the gorgeous papers, and that Natalie of Line Dot Arrow, and I appreciate you watching my channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support that I get. Thank you.